Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trap Draw, specifically the Ball Knowers. The Ball Knowers are back. 2025 season preview. We've got our laser pointers out. I just opened up a beer. Poosh, I got a Japanese beer.
Sapporo.
Joined, of course, by my associate, Mr. Big Randy.
BallKnower TC, great to see you. BallKnower Poosh. I guess we got to address him as BallKnower Neil now. BallKnower Neil, welcome.
Yeah, I think we have to have a ceremony. He's being upgraded from junior ball knower Neil to just ball knower Neil.
Well, no, I was on the practice squad back in February, and I kind of took it to the first string. It kind of backed you guys down on your Hurts takes. I know, Poosh, you weren't around. I was flaming you for your Brock Purdy stuff. We could talk about that, but it's good to be back with you boys. I'm in a nondescript basement. Guess what I've been doing? I've been grinding fucking tape. That's what I've been doing. Okay, making my way through the AFC South right now. Disgusting stuff down there in the AFC South, TC. We'll get there.
Terrible.
We certainly will get there. Poosh, you're just coming off tour. Were you watching tape out on tour on the bus?
So much tape grinding on the bus, just getting into some preseason stuff, making sure that my depth charts are square. We're starting to launch. I'm home now, so I'm really back in my tape dungeon, my office over here. So yeah, we're just doing a lot of reading.
Dojo.
My dojo.
Poosh, I got a question. In Denver recently, and we usually play golf. I usually beat Poosh's ass, and he did not want to play golf this go around. He did want to get to Broncos training camp, though. He had some questions about the back of the roster, who was going to make it. So I thought I commend Poosh for at least spending his time that way.
Poosh, did anybody on your recent run shout you out as a knower? Did you hear anything from the audience like, Poosh, I love your football takes, or anything coming out of the crowd at iRacing conference?
Oh yeah. I mean, I just literally, like, almost in every city that I was in it was mostly when I'm playing golf, because a lot of the guys are our listeners, the golf guys, just thanking me for Ball Knower Poosh. You're here. Thank you so much. Just a lot of thankful men.
Thanks for everything you do for us, man.
Yeah.
Poosh has loud traits. Loud traits. Well, today we're going to be doing our annual draft. We got Neil as our fourth chair today. We'll probably switch that up as the season goes along. I think, KVV, you can't replace a KVV, kind of like a Gary Bertier. So
of course,
we're just going to kind of, rotate that around. Maybe some ball knower Bob this season, maybe some ball knower Nate Tice, things of that nature.
On that note, I did have a day of golf with ball knower Bob in Dallas, and we played some golf together. I did beat his ass. So, but we did talk a lot of Cowboys. We talked some ball, so it's good to meet up.
By the way, I watched the Netflix series.
Yeah, I'm 5 episodes in, TC. It's good stuff.
It was awesome.
It's like fantastic. They got everybody.
Level shit.
I mean, they opened it up with George W. Bush, man. I mean, they just got everybody to sit down. Rupert Murdoch, just everybody.
Michael Irvin's in the pantheon, man, of just dudes that give energy, that provide energy. He's just
God. And then when Prime comes on, I mean, that guy, he is it, as he says. I'm it, man. I'm it. I'm on like episode 5, TC, but it's I'm such a sucker for that stuff. Hard Knocks. I get sucked in on Hard Knocks every year. Like, oh God, these guys, Aaron Rodgers montage with Ed Sheeran soundtrack from a couple years ago. I mean, I was like, and then he cores Achilles 3 plays into the season. But
I think
that shit gets me hyped.
That era of the Cowboys is probably, they're still living off the aura that was generated from that entire era. Those 90s Cowboys. I mean, that's the whole, everyone that's a fan now is basically a fan because of that era of the
including
Cowboys,
you, Poosh.
Yeah.
Huge Cowboys guy.
I did text Sturm. I was like, hey, I'm not off base and liking this, am I? He's like, no, like, it's awesome. It's like really, really, really well done. Cause I was, I had lower expectations because Netflix can kind of string things out too much. And
TC, it's Ellison. It's the new Paramount CBS overlord. Skydance. Yeah. David Ellison and the boys, coming out swinging. I guess they're maybe this was done, You'd think maybe this would go on Paramount Plus, but I guess this was done well before that deal got done.
Yeah. Well, we haven't thanked Mr. Jeezy yet. Which thank you to Mr. Jeezy. I've had a few people reaching out saying that one of us at least needs to head to one of the Jeezy concerts with the symphony orchestra.
Oh, hell yeah.
That sounds like something I'd be interested in.
Vote on that, but
yeah.
And I think next we need to get ahead of any ServPro mea culpas. ServPro, #1 brand in cleanup and restoration, known for making any mess like it never even happened. With over 2,200 locations nationwide, they're faster any size disaster. ServPro is here to help 24/7. Call 1-800-ServPro or visit servpro.com. And fire, mold, water, all sorts of stuff. So listen, I'll start. I think I've already done this, but I just want to apologize to Sirianni and all of my fellow Eagles fans out there. I want to thank them for welcoming me to the bandwagon as well. I had some bad takes. Gross. I have some bad takes on tape with the Eagles last year.
Yeah, so. You do. Hurts at the top of that list, TC. Just a true winner.
No, we're not doing that.
Neil. We're not doing that already.
Hey, I got one for you, TC. I had a bunch. I can't remember what pod it was. I was talking about how I'm not a New York Giants fan. Never will be. And God, the Giants fluffing going on right now is a lot in the tri-state area. They're very excited about both their draft, Jackson Dart. They do have Scadaboo, which I love my guy, JJ Spawn. But I said, like, the Giants have never been exciting. And some people were coming at me like, what do you mean? One-handed catch on a helmet? Beat the Patriots? It's like, no, but those teams, like, yeah, they won the Super Bowl twice. But the teams, like, both those seasons they won, those teams fucking stunk. Like, they were so boring. Eli Manning was so boring. There wasn't really any, like Odell Beckham Jr. is the only guy I can think of where I was like, man, what an exciting offensive player that is for the Giants.
They didn't have any juice.
No juice. That was my point. So I'm not going to apologize. No mea culpa. And I actually think Giants fans should apologize to me. So there you have it.
Okay.
Wow.
Randy?
All right.
Do you want to go next? Is it safe space?
Yeah, I can't think of anything I need to apologize for.
I think you need to apologize on behalf of the Brown family.
Yeah, listen, I'll apologize. There was a story last week. The Bengals had invited, they've started a Ring of Honor inside the stadium in the last, 3-4 years, whatever it's been. And they've invited all the current living Ring of Honor inductees to this season's Ring of Honor induction. And as Boomer Esiason, who is in the Ring of Honor, said that the Brown family, the Bengals, they would be happy to give them 2 complimentary tickets to the football game. And they have a hotel room at a discounted rate available for them. And it's just the height of cheapness by Mike Brown and the Brown family and the Bengals. And so I would like to apologize to the guys that, gave their bodies, gave their careers to the Bengals and are getting rewarded this way. It's a very bad look. So I do want to apologize.
That said, Randy, I'm not a Boomer guy. I can't do Boomer. Boomer's a blowhard. He's just not my tempo.
I think separating Boomer, the media personality, from Boomer, the quarterback that, took the city by storm in the 80s, that's totally fair. I'm not going to argue as he's like the best talking head, but he is very he's one of those people that Cincinnati wraps their arms around.
Yeah.
He's always welcome in the Queen City.
It's a sharp name that I think has helped him in his post career just stand out.
Well, Randy, we'll get to some of the other Bengals stuff here as we get to the draft. I think we're just going to cover everything kind of in line as we go along with the draft. It'll be a good vehicle for us to just talk about all 32 teams. Poosh, what do you have on your chest? What do you have on your conscience?
Not a whole lot. I have no business affiliation with ServPro, so on behalf of you guys, I'm happy to throw one out there, though. I like to apologize for Shanny just being way too much of a badass and taking Jimmy G to a Super Bowl, and thus creating this really irresponsible scale that he's been judged on for the last 5 or 6 seasons. Creating taking a guy that's as so piss poor as Jimmy G.
We're not going to do this again. Let me just jump in here.
So you're saying that you're apologizing for the expectations being too high?
I'm apologizing for how him taking Jimmy G and creating this crap narrative where everyone compares Brock Purdy to Jimmy G. Like that's my first sign of non-ball knowerness is like, oh, Jimmy G's stats were like similar to Brock Purdy's stats. It's like, these are completely different football teams, first and foremost. Secondly, like we're talking eye test, different players, right? Very different players. Just, anybody, all four of us.
I don't think anybody's saying this stuff. Listen, I'm going to step in with just a ServPro cleanup right here. I think we're going to make this, the rest of the episode, we're going to make this a Jalen Hurts free zone,
That's
Kyle free zone, and maybe a Herbert free zone as well.
See, we might as well just get it out. Like for Randy with the Bengals, I feel like both of you guys maybe I'll start a timer, 2-3 minutes about how you feeling about your teams, because Poosh, I'm not feeling great about the Niners right now with the injuries. They have Purdy's got no toys. Okay, Juwan Jennings is just like, what are they going to put on the IL
2 days ago?
Well, yeah, in the backfield, I'm talking about receivers, man. Like, is Ayuk going to play week 1? Like, we don't. What are we doing on the outside? Oh, offensive line feels a little skinny. I mean, are we feeling good out there in the NFC West right now?
You're going to give me 3
minutes? Table this till we get to the Niners, because Neil, I totally agree with you.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're here for. We'll table it then. When we get to the Niners, I got 3 minutes for you when we get to the Niners.
We're off the rails. We're off the rails. All right, ServPro, we got to call him in. Thank you for coming in. That was a disastrous segment there. I appreciate them. I guess before we get into the draft, any off-season happenings we want to get ahead of a coaching hire that you loved, a draft that you love, something that you just want to get off your chest before we start the draft that's kind of coloring your view on things?
I'll go first. I think Cam Ward is going to be good. I think he kind of snuck out of the shadow of Shedeur Sanders in that whole draft and really, thus far his look, from what I've seen, has looked proper. Plenty of arm strength. Seems like he has like the right intangibles. He's fighting with Simmons, like one of the biggest, like scariest dudes in the entire league. And just seems like he's got all the qualities that you want in a quarterback. And I mean, who knows what the coaching situation is down there? That's not
Randy's
great.
Guy, Brian Callahan.
Yeah, and
I don't
not
love
great.
That.
Not great, but they have good pieces. They have a good offensive line. They have your boy the Riddler, that you claim was going to be a predator like 2 seasons ago, and then
that's TC. That should have gone to the ServPro segment.
I am out. Ridley. I have renounced Ridley a long time ago.
Okay, I actually think Ridley is going to be kind of interesting this year, but. I'm going to go with Cam Ward and the Titans. I think he's a nice piece. Whether or not the coaches stick around, I think he will be a legitimate quarterback.
So I massive Cam Ward fan. Loved him, honestly, since I first saw him. I don't go back to Incarnate Word with him, but I did see him at Washington State.
Was grinding Incarnate Word tape.
I'm almost the opposite, Poosh, where I like Cam Ward, but I hate the situation that he's in. I don't like the coaching staff. I just don't like the Titans. So I'm worried about the fit there. I was going to say, I know it's trendy and I know we'll talk more about it, but I do commend the Bears for getting Ben Johnson as their head coach. I think that he has a chance to really give them juice, and I'm eager to see what that offense looks like this year. And I also just wanted to quickly say, I thought the Patriots did well to get Mike Vrabel up there. I think they need an identity. They need a culture. They need to be about something. And Mike Vrabel teams are always physical. They run the ball. I feel like he will vastly lift up that floor.
Yeah, yep. Randy, you stole mine. And Vrabel we trust, man. I'm not a Patriots fan, but I'm excited about the Patriots. I think with the Jets kind of just, Jets might run it like 1,500 times this year. They have no number 2 receiver. Miami's kind of in disarray. And then the Bills, I mean, God, Josh Allen looks good on Hard Knocks, but maybe a Hard Knocks curse. I could see the Pats winning the AFC East, man, with there's a lot of buzz up there. Good draft. I'm dead serious about that. I think they're going to have a massive turnaround this year. I think that's the story. I think Vrabel just the fact that he sat out a year never made sense to me, that nobody picked him up, or maybe he didn't want, maybe he
was hanging out with Massage Boy up in
uh
Cleveland.
yeah, I just think like I'm a big Vrabel guy, and he's back home where he, did his work originally. I think that the Pats might be a little scary this year.
I've become a big Vrabel guy, just almost reluctantly, but like last year, it's like, man, like he's the guy that I would hire. I just don't know if they have enough on defense quite yet. Is Barmore back, or is he still on the shelf with the blood clots?
I don't know, but I know they're shopping Doug.
Who could say situation?
They're shopping their safety, which he's strange to me. But I think Vrabel just is one of the coaches that lifts the floor, right? Like
totally.
maybe not.
I don't think the floor is winning the division though against maybe the best.
Well, I'm saying you're at a couple injuries away. Like I feel like it's just the Bills in front of you. I mean, I feel like the Jets and Miami, that's an easy division. That's my point, is like, whoa, if they did, it wouldn't surprise me. And like Vrabel knows how to win ugly too. So he's defensive minded. So he might get the most out of a, not a great defense. And I think like Travion Henderson, apparently, just talk about buzz, Randy, just all kinds of buzz. Just about the now, is Drake May legit? That's a massive question mark. We'll see.
I think he's very legit. I think that just based on last year, the athleticism, like even the success he had with Gerard Mayo as the head coach and that system that they were running last year, I think he's one of those players that's kind of poised to blow up this year. I mean, does he have the weapons is the question, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to that kind of question. So,
Neil, I think I'm more bullish on the Jets than you are. I think like you want to talk about raising the floor. I feel like that floor has been raised, is being raised.
Listen, I just don't know how Garrett Wilson's their only weapon. Now they have a good backfield. They're gonna run the ball like a million times.
Mason Taylor should be good at tight end too.
And maybe Justin Fields runs around and kind of makes some things happen. But I don't see Garrett Wilson having a big time year with Fields throwing the ball. Sorry, Poosh. And they just don't. The Jets just aren't very good. And my brother-in-law is the biggest Jets fan I've ever met. And
you're a big Jets fan.
I find myself rooting for them, and it's kind of bleak right now. Other than the backfield, it's just as he told me like 2 hours ago, he's like, they're definitely a year away. Like I think they win more than 7 games.
I don't think that the Jets and the Patriots are in that different of a spot, though. I guess
I feel like the Patriots have more talent because they have a legit quarterback, and I feel like I like Aaron Glenn. I think that's a great hire for a coach, but I think they are a year away. I still think they should have given Rodgers another year. I know that would have been a soap opera, but I just feel like, God, they mortgaged the whole franchise on him, and then they just like
new regime
didn't get anything out of it. The most Jets thing ever is for him. I'm actually kind of bullish on the Steelers. We'll get there. But like, just because Rodgers will go ball out with the Steelers would be a very Jetsy thing to happen.
God, nobody loves Rodgers like Neil. I'm kind of
fucking love Rodgers.
We'll get there.
I do think it's worth pointing out the Patriots, if I'm ticking boxes, I like the coach and the quarterback better in New England, and I think that goes a long way.
Yeah, I just think I like the other stuff better in New York. Like I think the defense is better.
I don't know. They got decent corners. Their safeties stink. Like the Jets defense last year stunk. They had big names, but like, I can't remember what's the D lineman's name. It starts with a Q. He's legit, but the rest, Quinnen Williams. He was a stud, but the rest they were getting gashed all season.
Well, they got gashed when they let go of Saleh. They were good until after that point. Then it fell off a cliff because they had their defensive coordinator then became the head coach, so they had nobody running the defense.
Started prank calling Shadur.
God, that's so crazy. Throw that on the list of things that don't get talked about enough.
It's wild. Jeff Ulbrich, Hawaii linebacker. He played at the University of Hawaii.
Hawaii, they won their first game.
Huge win for the Rainbows.
Stanford, yeah. They have an Australian punter, Ross Flanagan, was texting
and a Japanese kicker.
I think my biggest fascination is on the NFC North. I think it's going to be just such an interesting division this year. I still don't think Caleb Williams is good. He's looked awful in the preseason, and I think Ben Johnson's going to lose patience with him very quickly if he can't play within the system and play on script. I think the Packers are like, Golden looks good. They've they're just solid across the board. The Lions, we'll see if, lost both their coordinators. Should be a lot healthier though, especially on the defensive line, but lost a crucial offensive lineman as well. Like, we'll see what happens there. And then I think the Vikings, I mean, you look at like the JJ McCarthy, hey, we're going to plug this guy into where Darnold was. And we're going to bring in some fresh juice at running back, as far as a backup from the Niners with Jordan Mason there. I think that's going to be an interesting 1-2 punch with him and Aaron Jones. So I think that division is going to be a knockdown, drag out brawl. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it, because I think it's like truly like that's maybe 4 of the best coaches in football right there.
I think on paper, the Vikings look really, really interesting, especially on defense. I think returning, largely the entire defense, they added a lot in the draft. And then I think really the big question mark is McCarthy, is whether or not he can step in and even be, on the same level as Darnold was last year. Obviously they believe in him, and it's like they're going to run with him. And they just traded for Carson Wentz to back him up, which is interesting as well. But that's a well-coached team on both sides of the ball. The defense is really interesting, really tough. And obviously the coach is a great play caller. So it's
I hate the Wentz thing though. Keep the hero ball Wentz stuff off my team. That's no good, man. That guy stinks.
I just feel like there's like 3 or 4 divisions that are just absolutely stacked between the NFC North, the AFC North, or the AFC North with
AFC West too.
AFC West and NFC West. It's crazy.
I can't wait. That was going to be another storyline for me. I can't wait to watch the AFC West. I mean, just alpha coaches everywhere. I mean, God, with Peyton in Denver. And then you got Ball. You got Ball out in San Diego or in Los Angeles, and
Peter.
God, I'm so excited.
Peter
about
and
the
Jim
Raiders.
back together.
I'm so excited about the Raiders with Chip. Come on, man. They got some.
I think it's
some good pieces with the Raiders.
I think they said it's the first time that all 4 coaches have coached in a Super Bowl, or 3 out of 4 have won, and obviously Harbaugh went there and won a national championship. So and
of course the Chiefs are in that division too. Forgot to mention that.
So it's a very stacked, and they're all alphas. It's like you go back and Coach Pete and Harbaugh, and they're when he was in Seattle and SF, they had
what's your deal?
A very contentious relationship.
I was so bummed with the Rashawn Slater injury though, because I want to see like the fully fleshed out Harbaugh vision as soon as possible. So, guys, let's thank another sponsor, StoneCreek Coffee. First of all, Drew said he would just like to cede the first 10 seconds of StoneCreek's time.
It's a moment of silence.
DC and the entire team Fleetwood. Hey, congratulations. A true where were you moment. So thank you to Drew on that. Very, very cool.
Should we take 10 seconds?
Here, I'll take my hat off. Let me remove my hat.
The first cool northerly breezes have come rolling through Milwaukee. Kids are back in school. The Friday night lights are in full effect. It's football season, which coincidentally, it's also prime coffee time. Shout out Coach Prime. If you're a real ball knower, you know this. A good cup is as critical to your weekend slate as a clean pocket and a good kicker. Shout out teams. While Poosh might encourage you to start your day with aspartame and affirmations, StoneCreek is here with a better plan. Whether you're up early for a youth game, pacing through a brutal fantasy matchup, or settling in for another bummer of a Thursday night matchup, they are there for every snap. From bright, lively roasts that'll light up your morning like a pick six, to deep, dark blends that'll fuel a fourth quarter drive in the frozen tundra. The Bears still suck. StoneCreek Coffee has been roasting in Milwaukee since before RPO was a thing. They've got your caffeine game plan covered. They're not here to sell you some mushroom-infused detox elixir that promises to restore your aura after the 49ers blow another NFC championship.
Oh boy, dude.
They're here for real coffee. Coffee that doesn't need a wellness blog or Shanny's laminated play sheet to prove it's awesome. The tongue test will tell you everything you need to know about why StoneCreek Coffee is what you should be drinking. But if you're obstinate and require a few more points of proof, here they are. StoneCreek's been doing this thing since '93. Their executive team has over 100 years of combined experience in the coffee and hospitality industry. 2, they're a certified B Corp. 3, they're employee owned. It's a true PE free zone. And 4, Solly is drinking so much of it, Drew had to set him up with an auto replenishing subscription. StoneCreek is keeping the Solomon household alive. They can also keep the pilot on, the pilot light on in your brain. Order online at StoneCreekCoffee.com. Use code NLU2025 for 15% off your first order. Nest members, check your profile for your special discount. Got free shipping on orders over $50. Stock up for the season and never settle for a weak coffee in the red zone. Also, keep an eye out for this week's NLU weekly recap email. There's a link in there to some special coffee and merch that's going to support our buddy Jake Trago and the Keep Showing Up documentary that was just announced. StoneCreek Coffee, primetime coffee for ball knowers and bean knowers. That was all time.
God.
From Drew.
Jeez, I think we could have probably seeded that 10 seconds in the middle about Shanny, but you know,
we didn't need that, did we?
9 seconds left over.
Shots.
No, I mean, and I played golf with Drew with DJ when I was in Milwaukee. I thought we were cool. I got him in the show.
We were cool.
He enjoyed himself. I thought we were chill.
All right, before we do let's just do the draft. Let's just start.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right, so to recap, it's 1 point for every regular season win. So each of us gets eight teams. There's 32 teams, okay. 4 of us. 1 point for each regular season win, 2 points for making the playoffs, 2 points for making the divisional round, 3 points for making the conference championship game, 4 points for making the Super Bowl, and 2 points for winning the Super Bowl. So, you want to win games in the regular season, and you want to make the playoffs. That's kind of the name of the game.
I would like to just state this right now, since I won last year, that we need to have whoever was doing the calculations on a weekly basis this last year, but the year before, they were more on it. So, because we kind of lost track of where we were midway through the season.
That's true.
Randy, can we put that on you?
Yes, we'll have weekly updates, Poosh. I can create a Google sheet and we'll make sure that's
I want to be invested. I want people invested in this.
For sure.
Yeah. And maybe we'll update the trapezoids weekly or at least monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do it on a newsletter. We could do it in a social format. All sorts of things we can do.
Poosh, did you win big last year? Or was it close?
I think I won pretty big last year.
Yeah, it was kind of a runaway.
Okay.
See, I don't even know.
I haven't seen last by a long time, or a long way. I got blown out. Randy, are you good to track?
I'll track our draft and our picks. Yeah. We got to set the order, and I think with Poosh having won last year, we give him his choice of where he would like to draft.
Yes, we'll go Poosh, then Randy, then Neil as the newcomer, and then I finish last, so I get whatever's remaining, whatever spots remaining, and we're gonna do a snake.
We always
1 through 4, and then 4 through 1.
Of course.
So Poosh.
I'll go second.
Poosh is gonna draft second. Okay. I'll draft. I'll take the first spot.
All right, I'll take the snake last.
Do we have stakes yet, or are we gonna? We'll make that at some point. TBD.
Yeah, I think
we need stakes.
Everybody was going to go to the winner's choice of a game, which feels a little bit tough.
Yeah,
I know.
Great.
We got to think on that. And as always, if you have suggestions, we'll happily listen to those.
Yeah.
Tie those in with any suggestions you have for the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Get those over to TC like pronto.
Yeah, just thank you to everybody for that stuff.
We're going to use the draft. If at any point somebody's got a take, something they want to say about a team, you just got to raise your hand and make sure you get your takes out there as teams get drafted. All right?
Okay. We'll try to, we're half an hour into this thing. I think if we can try to keep each team to about 2 minutes. All right?
Okay. Sure. And I will be setting a timer of 3 minutes for both the Bengals and for Poosh's Niners.
For sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Still kind of my Niners too, Neil.
And TC's Eagles and TC's. I don't know. You kind of have the Eagles.
I'd like 3 minutes on Jalen Hurts.
We could.
All right. Without further ado, Poosh or Randy, lead us off here.
I am going to take. So I'm between. Obviously, the Eagles are a sexy pick here. I think the Lions are going to be really good, but the NFC North, TC, to your point, I think is going to be a gauntlet. So I'm a little scared there. Obviously, the Chiefs are always in consideration. The Ravens, I think people think have one of the best rosters. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Neil, you said it well a little bit ago. I hate the AFC East. I think this is the Bills' year. I think they win, and this is one of my official predictions, so let me just tie it in here. I think the Bills are going to be the top seed in the AFC this year. I think they get, if you look at their schedule, they have the Ravens, they have the Chiefs, they have the Bengals, and they have the Eagles all at home. Josh Allen, I think, would be my preseason favorite to win the MVP because I do think they're going to have the best record. I think where this gets really interesting is if they don't reach a Super Bowl this year, especially if they are the top seed, I think you got to look at a change of coach. I think this is kind of shit or get off the pot time for Sean McDermott. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. I'm very, very bullish on them in the regular season. Still have a lot of questions about their playoff medal.
All right.
At number 2.
Randy, no notes on that. I think my concern. I know I said I think the Patriots are going to win the AFC East. I worry about bad luck for the Bills. It's like they had a great season last year. I don't know. I got a bad feeling about it. But everything you said on paper, I fully co-sign all of that. I think they're a little light on weapons. I know they added Josh Palmer, but I mean, Josh Allen has to do a lot of work, man. And like, so they just have a lot of it's like high risk up there.
Finally leaned into the run game more, though.
I'm just saying they're leaning on it's Josh Allen's deal. It's like they could literally roll us 4 out there at wide receiver and probably still cook. So
I know, and at some point, I just wonder if that's going to run out, though. Like, it's like how, I don't know. He just takes such a fucking punishment, man. Like, I know he's a big dude.
Or if they're all just like hurt, obviously
that's what I mean. It just feels like they're not balanced is my only concern about the Bills. But I think that would have been who I picked first, too. It's hard to ignore.
That's always my thing with the Bills is like they seem like they should be more physical up front than they are on both sides of the ball. I think that defensive line should be solid. And I think the defense will be improved. And it's like offensively, the play calling just down the stretch just seemed really stock, like the same tendencies and the Joe Brady stuff. I don't know. I feel like we need a step forward from Joe Brady.
Well, even Joe Brady's saying on Hard Knocks, he's like, God, Josh Allen just makes my job easy. It's like, dude, you're saying the quiet part out loud. Like, what? Yeah. You're not like, there's no scheme here. You're just like letting him like play backyard football. And at some point, I think that's going to get him hurt. That's my concern.
I think they went a little bit away from just the backyardness last year. I thought they leaned more into the run game. I thought James Cook and I forget who else shared the backfield back there, but I thought they did try to get away from just Josh Allen, drop back and see what you got.
Their wide receivers are massive too. They have so much size on the outside. So I think that's going to be very helpful. Like Keon Coleman should have a step forward.
Yeah, I think that's an underrated player. I also think like when you have, and this goes with my theory that I was developing a few years back with Randy Wood, it's like when there's not one discernible star wide receiver, it's really hard. It's harder to scheme against them because, if there's a Justin Jefferson or there's, a Chase on one side of the ball, you're always going to you already know what you're going to do. You're just going to roll the safety over towards that side of the field every single time. And try to just focus on that guy. And then you will man up the other guys and not worry about them so much. And it's kind of makes the defense your strategy right off the top. Whereas there's 4 dudes and they're all kind of these mid-range guys, but each one of them can maybe hurt you in a game. That seems like it might be more difficult when it's more balanced in that way. So that's my thing.
Right. I like
that. My pick is purely because I'm trying to win. we're going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're good. They're returning the same squad. It's, my boy Trader Vic at the helm on the defense with that defensive line. They bring back Zach Bond. They bring back the secondary for the most part. They seemingly are just going to roll on offense with the same guys. And I think the NFC East got worse. I think the Commanders are going to fall off this year a little bit. They're going to regress. I don't think that roster is very good. I think they punched way above their weight last year. I think the Giants are the Giants, and I think the Cowboys are going to be very middling. I don't think they have very much on defense either. So I think that's a division that I think they can probably run through again. So I think the floor of the Eagles is probably like 10 wins. So I'm going to just go with that.
All right.
No argument there, Poosh.
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I really don't have a whole lot to say on the Eagles. I think they're restocking every year. They seem to, I think Bond coming back was big, but they've got depth. I think those corners should just get better and better. Jalen Carter's a freaking freak. There's just not a whole lot else to say. I guess Saquon's health would be the one deal, right? Like, he's got a lot of mileage on those tires.
No, I mean, if Hurts is so mid, then that could always cost him too, TC.
Well, it could. Let's say they get a wide receiver injury, or Goddard gets hurt or something like that. I will say Hurts improved drastically against the blitz last year. You got to give him some credit,
I do think if AJ Brown were to get hurt,
push is still legal. So, they couldn't even outlaw that, and he's going to get a bunch of touchdowns on the tush push anyway.
Yeah, I thought that was chicken shit from the NFL owners getting back down like that.
The only thing with the Eagles, and I don't necessarily think this is the case, but just by virtue of their success they've just played a lot of football. And I wonder if coming off the Super Bowl, if there's a bit of malaise to start the season, or if this is a case where, they kind of like, hey, let's conserve some energy and try to flip a switch later in the season. I don't know. And their defense is so good, that might not even be really a concern. But you just wonder, going deep into the playoffs for a lot of seasons with injuries, and just how they'll react to that. It would be my only question.
TC,
all right, I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Solid pick.
It's a tough division. I think you get some. Weirdly, I think the Browns are going to be like a little bit punchier than people think they're going to be. I'm going with them over the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense seems to be a little bit more explosive this year, especially once they get through that Rashee Rice suspension. And I think the Lions, that's going to be a knockdown, drag out brawl up there, but it just feels like the Ravens are going to be back on defense. And I think, I think they've really restocked that side of the ball. And I don't know. It feels like we're kind of reaching shit or get off the pot time for Lamb and Diet Ball. It's kind of similar to the Bills, right? Like, if you can't get this done with the current group, then you got to change one of the variables, right? And I'm a huge Lamb guy, so give me the Ravens.
I'm a big God. TC and I saw Diet Ball at the BMW Championship. There's a party at the Ravens Stadium. That guy's great, man. I don't know if he's on the. Yeah, no, I don't think Diet Ball's on the hot seat.
I don't think he's on the hot seat. I'm just saying you got to change something
with a long-term perspective. I think he's a leader of men. TC, then I got to take the Chiefs. I mean, it would be
of course
derelict. I'm not happy about it, but
I can't take the Chiefs. Like, philosophically, I can't.
But like you said, I think they're a little bit more explosive. I know everybody was giving Mahomes shit because he doesn't throw downfield anymore, but I don't think he had a lot of opportunities to do that. Defense is still solid. It's a tough division. I mean, God, I'm so excited about the Raiders, Peyton, the Broncos. That's tough. But the Chiefs are still, until somebody, knocks them off in that division, they're top of the pile. So give me the Chiefs, and then God.
Kind of wide open after this.
Let me buy you some time, Neil, because this was one of my stick your neck out takes. I think the Chiefs' run of winning the AFC West comes to an end this year. They have.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
No, I know. I'm just, before we even started any of this, they've won it 9 straight years. Jesus. I just think between the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos, it's going to be much more physical in that division. I could see the Broncos are the team that I could see clipping them for the division. Let's not forget the Chiefs, I think, won 12 one-score games last year. You know, their record, now granted they do a lot to create that quote unquote luck, but man, I just see
and the NFL does a lot to create that
and the NFL well. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm calling midnight for the Chiefs as far as it comes to winning the AFC West this year.
The knowers have been calling midnight for the Chiefs for years.
I know.
You know, for years you guys have been calling midnight.
You know, a broken clock is right once a day.
That's right.
That's right.
Just keep it on. Twice a day.
Yeah.
On the same point that you made earlier, the coaching. I mean, just look at the coaching difference though in the division. You're going from like a Brandon Staley and Antonio Pierce and whoever was coaching in Denver, like Vance Joseph or whoever that was before Peyton, and you're going into, you know, Sean Payton, Heavy Baugh, and fucking Coach Pete, like legitimate coaches that know how to coach them up, know how to bring, and the scheme got better. I mean, all around the board. So, you know, these guys know how to scheme and how to win in the division. They know how to build a roster to beat, you know, teams like the Chiefs.
Yeah, for this extras, I agree. God, I hate this pick now. Fuck. I hate this because I agree with all these takes.
It feels like Chris Jones gets hurt. If Chris Jones gets hurt,
I agree with all of this, but at the same time, I think the Chiefs are good for 8 to 10, even if they don't win the division. I don't think they don't have a losing record. So for this exercise, I'm taking the Chiefs. Now, I am really worried about the Lions. That's kind of the pick that's staring me in the face right now. Randy desperately want to take the Bengals, but I just can't trust the defense, man.
I think it's too early for the Bengals. I
can't do it. I'm curious about the Packers. You know, I'd be reaching anywhere else. Give me the Lions. We're going with history. They got a lot of momentum. I hate the coordinator turnover. You know,
it's kind of continuity still, though. It's still the same.
It is, and like you said, they're getting what's his name back on the D line, Hutchinson, and that's a really good defense. And even if they're not as explosive on offense, which listen, they won't be as good scheme wise maybe, but they got some dudes on the Lions. So I'll take the Lions on the snake.
And they got that tackle from Michigan State. That guy's
and I love Dan Campbell, man. All I fucking think about is you guys, man. That's all I do is grind tape in this basement, man. Fucking love you guys, man.
I think it's a great complimentary pick to the Chiefs because the Lions are just so much fun to kind of pull for week after week. Like they are a fun team to get behind.
Yeah, Dan Campbell, I'd follow that guy into hell, man. He rules.
Poosh, this is apropos of nothing other than talking about diet and Heavy Baugh. I was in Atlanta yesterday at East Lake. Coca-Cola is sponsoring the tournament, and they had 2 massive refrigerators in the media center, and one was full of DCs and one was full of Heavy C's. And I chose a DC for the first time, like maybe ever, because I was like, you know what? I'm in Atlanta. It's hot out. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice cold DC, and I got some ice, and you're right, man.
I would say different. It's not Heavy C.
That's a late ServPro man.
Yeah.
No, it's not Heavy C. It's Original C. It's original taste is what's on the can. Got to call it Original C.
Yeah. Okay.
The OC, hell yeah.
The OC and the DC.
Take that, Drew.
Yeah. Speaking of God, all right, I got Niners, Bengals, Broncos.
This is where it
Packers.
Starts to get really interesting.
Yeah. I'm with you guys on I don't know if the Bengals are. I'm a big Al Golden guy. It sounds like Shamar's flashing in camp. It sounds like they may get the Hendrickson
high-level trade.
Yeah. Sounds like they may get the Hendrickson thing figured out here.
God, TC, I saw rumors that Hendrickson, they're trying to go get Unique in getting, figuring out this like what $20 million gap in guaranteed money. And then I saw that they were thinking about trading him to the Eagles and reloading. Like I've seen a lot of chatter about Hendrickson. Not good stuff, Randy.
Guarantee that
I'd
that
be
guy any more
shocked.
money than
I would
year.
be shocked if Hendrickson is not in a Bengals uniform this year. I truly would be shocked. I don't know how you look at Joe Burrow with a straight face and be like, we just traded our best defensive player.
Yeah, the captain. But, I was talking to Uncle Mills, Randy, and he was like, Hendrickson, older, he's a speed rusher. Like, those guys fall off a cliff, man. Like,
for sure.
He there's a reason why the Saints didn't re-sign him. And they just let him walk to the Bengals. Like, I feel like there's just something missing with that dude. I feel like he puts up.
That said, your defense still stinks. Like,
I know.
So
they're a huge question with Trey. So if you take Trey away, it's like
you're wiping what 15 plus sacks off the board. Like you need every one of those.
I mean,
sacks.
He was the sack leader. I think they'll figure something out. I think he'll be dressed week 1. Like I said, I would be shocked if he's in another uniform.
I'm so excited to watch Joe play, though. And to your point about the Chiefs winning all those, like, one possession games last year, it felt like the Bengals were on the opposite end of that. So I got to think they get a couple bounces this year. As far maybe don't start the year off like 0-3 like they have the last 4 years in a row.
They started 1-4.
Positive regression.
So it's I'm kind of bullish on the Bengals. That's why I was.
You know what? I was gonna go Niners.
Heard enough.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals just because I do think it's the kind of team that's gonna gel as the season goes along, and they're gonna get better. I think the systems, like the defensive system, is gonna be simpler. Guys can just play football, play instinctive football, react a little bit. Offense should come out humming.
I'll say this: Burrow has played more this preseason than he's ever played. Very intentionally in the building, people talk about we have to get off to a good start. Like that is a priority. They start at Cleveland. I almost think like if they go up to Cleveland and lose that football game, it
seems like there's the sense of urgency. Like Randy, if they don't make the playoffs this year, Zach Taylor gets fired, right?
I think probably he should. Yeah, because you've made a switch at defensive coordinator. I mean, really, I think they should make front office changes, but I just know that they're not going to. So I do think it's fair if they fall apart. Yeah, if they go 8-9 or whatever and miss the playoffs, then I think that's fair given that they're not going to hire a real GM or expand their scouting operation.
Because they should get off to a better start. The defense sucked last year. It's not like it's going to be any worse than it was last year. Yeah, and they probably should have been there towards the end. It just seems like the kind of thing that's going to get better with time. So, give me them. Chase Brown gets another year in the system. All that I like it. I just think it's I think the Broncos are in an extremely tough division. Same deal with the Packers. Same deal with the Niners. I'm more bullish on the Niners than I think most people are. I think this is almost like a post-hype sleeper team a little bit. They got some injury issues to work through. We can talk through that stuff. But yeah, give me the Bengals. And I got two of my two first picks are both in the same division. So
I'll say, I mean, the Bengals offense, I think really should be like top 5 at worst. And then, it's just, can the defense just be average? And can they create turnovers? I don't know. We'll see. They're going to be fun games to watch. They're never going to be out of it, even if they're way ahead or way behind.
All
right, Poosh.
You know who I'm taking?
Niners,
baby.
Man, Poosh. I'm worried about
Eagles
you guys.
and Niners.
Poosh, I truly feel like the Niners are losing some juice.
I
like
agree,
they're
Randy.
As juiceless
they already
as
lost
I can
the
remember.
juice.
I mean that very
I think they're adding the
sincerely.
juice back now with Salah and
you. So okay, you can
I'm
count this
trying
towards
to
my
get a
3
rise
minutes
out
if
of
you
you.
want to. Right? I swear to God, this is
Yeah. I'll start the clock now.
Last year's camp. Okay, everybody comes in. It's they lost the Super Bowl. It's very somber. Dudes start falling quickly. We had tragedies all over the place with players' children passing away. 2. That's crazy. One of the coaches.
Your boy got shot on Market Street.
Dude gets shot. Chris Forster's wife died 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. All this stuff happens, right? It's just bad vibes. Everyone comes in, they're tired. The word around the building was that everybody was just not there. I mean, it was a bummer vibe.
Cash.
It was cash. They were emotionally drained after going to the NFC Championship game, multiple times. And so this year, from what we obviously lose a lot of guys. But a lot of them were kind of the second guys. We didn't lose any real stars, and we kept the core of the team: Bosa, Trent Williams, McCaffrey's healthy. We lose Debo, who's Kittle. And and on defense, we replenished in the draft with these guys. Mykal Williams, he's been injured right off the bat, but from what everybody says, is he's really proper, like a proper player. Major hit at all levels of the defense. We hit on the linebacker. We hit the second round defensive tackle is a little bit iffy right now. They're saying he's still getting his legs. He's just a massive dude. The safety's going to start. 5th round safety Siegel's going to start. Upton Stout's going to start at nickel. He's been blowing everyone away.
So hard on Upton Stout. It's crazy.
And so the defense, and then bringing back Saleh. The defense is totally new. It's totally replenished. The vibe is different in the building. There's all these young players mixing with the veterans. Everyone's like, dude, this is the best it's felt in here in years. Everyone, the vibes are really, really good. Shanny had a full off season.
A quote the other day that said, "There's a leader in every room now." And it sounded like they didn't have that the last couple of years.
Yeah, and
Poosh, you got 55 seconds left.
Okay, so this is the first offseason they've had in 3+ years where they've have been able to actually have a proper offseason. Shanny, his staff, he says, this is the best staff I've had since I've been here with the 49ers. That's including the staffs that had McDaniel and all the Kubiak boys, the whole crew of guys. This is the best staff he says he's ever had right now, and they've been scheming all off season. So we're going to see a new evolution is going to happen. So I'm very confident. Not to mention, we're playing a last place schedule. This is a cakewalk schedule.
Their schedule, if there's a big feather in the Niners cap, their schedule, they get to play the AFC South and the NFC South.
The only away games
crossovers are like the Browns and the Giants, and
the only outside division games away games that are scary are Tampa Bay and Houston. Those are the only 2 that are and we beat Tampa Bay 3 in a row. So
it's time. Poosh. That was a great 3 minutes. That was strong. You actually got me really, really bullish. I'm a big Saleh fan. So you got me excited about the defense. Of course, you still have the Predator, Fred Warner. That guy is a fucking killer. Yes. I am worried about your offensive line. And is Brock Purdy? Is he the same super processor when he has really nobody but Kittle to throw the ball to and nobody protecting him?
I think that's false, Neil. They have. All right. So Poosh, what's the deal with Juwan?
He's got a calf. He's got a calf, and then there's a lot of rumors.
Does he really have a calf?
He's got a calf, and he's a malcontent. He's both. Yeah.
Well, he signed an extension last year, and so he's asking for another extension. And
he's a malcontent.
We just signed you last year. So the Niners are basically putting their foot in the dirt and saying we're not going to re-sign you because you're the 3rd wide receiver in now. Pearsall and Ayuk are ahead of you.
And so when's Ayuk coming back?
Ayuk's not going to be back until week 5-6 probably.
And Cowing's out too.
Cowing's out he fully pulled his hamstring, so that's 6 weeks. So Watkins, the 4th rounder, that was going to be the guy. He had a high ankle, so it's going to be light. It's going to be light. And Demarcus Robinson got a DUI.
Listen, there's concerns. I'm hearing from Poosh there are
concerns.
Listen,
we're going to run the ball, dude. It's going to be
Demarcus Robinson also stinks.
And you're McCaffrey. We feel good about his health right now.
I feel from the word around the building is that he looks incredible. He looks 2023 or better. Every beat writer, even the guys that are the most, cynical dudes that are clickbait artists are all saying he looks insane. So he's 29. It's not like he's it's not like he's 40.
And he's been going to Switzerland for that blood spinning.
Hey, whatever he does in the off season is fine with me. I don't care.
All right, so Poosh takes his beloved Niners. That worked out perfectly. Nice draft, Poosh.
Thank you.
All right, Randy.
All right, back to me on the snake. Okay. I'm going to put my money where my mouth was, and I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. I think they are on the come up. I don't love Bo Nix. I want to be very clear about that. I'm still not a Bo Nix truther, but I do think Peyton can do enough to make him look good. They have a great run game. Defense is fantastic. I do like what they've built.
Randy, wouldn't being a Bo Nix truther mean that you're out on him? That you think he's a fraud and you're trying to expose him?
Maybe that's the better way to put it. Yeah. I mean, he's good. I don't think he's gonna I'm not sure he's a quarterback that's going to carry a team, and I don't necessarily think they need him to carry a team right now. So, and then I'm going to start looking, at some weak divisions. And as much as I kind of like the Packers, I just want to stay away from the NFC North. I guess I'm between the Texans and the Bucks.
I think the NFC South is going to suck again.
I do too. Gosh, do I want to take the Bucks this high? What I tell you what, I like the Texans. I think they have a floor of about 9 wins. Give me the Houston Texans here.
It's a safe pick, Randy.
You are all AFC pick so far.
Yeah, all AFC.
Do we think Stroud? What did we miss last year? I was so bullish on CJ Stroud last year, and it just didn't. It was just receiver injuries.
Offensive line was bad. The line was really,
I think there's
really
a
bad.
little said too about a sophomore slump. I think it's kind of what have people tempering their Jaden Daniels hype this season.
I think running when you have Slowick trying to run, Shanny light offense, it's predicated on running the football. I don't think the offensive line was very good at running the ball last year. And if you can't run the ball effectively, then the defenses aren't going to key on all the play action stuff. And I think Stroud, that's when they were running the ball in his rookie year effectively. I think that's when that offense was really cooking. And then the offensive line fell off a cliff massively. And they didn't really do a lot to fix it. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, they did make a few moves. Obviously, Tunsil's not there anymore. He sounded like he was maybe kind of a malcontent, kind of a high performance vehicle that didn't really want to practice a lot or
gas mask.
And I still love the gas mask. That's still all time. But I think I like what they did of all right, if we're gonna have a bad offensive line, we might as well pay less for it and spread the kind of try to plug some holes here. I think the bigger concern is Mixon. It doesn't seem like he's in a good place physically at all.
Right? I just read he's on. Did they put him on the PUP? I think he's out the first 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I just read.
And they've got they got weapons galore at wide receiver. I mean, they drafted the 2 guys from Iowa State, but they've got Nico Collins and I think they've got a really good room there. But it's just man, they and I think the defense is going to be good as always. They've got they hit on the corner a couple of years ago, Stingley from LSU, and I think D'Amico's that's going to be a well coached team on that side. And it's just a bad division.
Yeah,
too.
Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, I think your thesis is correct, Randy. It's including TC's beloved Jags, a bad division.
Yeah,
yeah. Nobody's proven anything. Here. Yeah. All right, Poosh.
No, I think Randy gets another. Right?
He gets 2.
I got the Broncos and the Texans.
You got Broncos and Texans.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay in the NFC probably here, and I'm gonna go up to the north, and I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
I'm kind of surprised.
He just hates LaFleur. He hates LaFleur.
Yeah, I think the Packers are going to be better than the Vikings. That might be a prediction.
Listen, I run my system runs through defense, and
fair enough.
Neil as a defensive player, you know what a defense does, and a defense is the great equalizer. And O'Connell's legitimate coach, legitimate play caller.
Yeah, he is. I agree with that. He's very good. But McCarthy, I just don't know, man.
Oh,
but
right
I don't know either. I don't know either. I really don't know.
If he turns Sam Darnold into like a, diet all-pro.
And look at the the weapons. Look at the weapons. I mean, they're freaking. They got weapons. So
yeah. There was an awesome article the other day about Flores in the Athletic.
Yeah,
dude, just him, his scheme.
So check it out. Flores' twin brother was my equipment manager at Columbia.
Really?
Yeah, Brian. His brother.
Identical twin.
Identical twin. Danny Flores. Shout out to Danny. He was our equipment manager. So sick because it's like he's like, oh yeah, my brother's a coach, and then like 10 years later, I'm like, holy shit, like they're identical twins. It's crazy.
He got absolutely screwed, right? Didn't he down in Miami?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Has that lawsuit? Is that still circulating through the courts, or is that over?
I don't know.
All I know is he's scheming it up in Minnesota. That defense is real proper, and they added pieces in the offseason. So they're gonna be in games like every week because of that defense. And so as long as O'Connell doesn't, and JJ McCarthy isn't absolutely just terrible, which could happen, but I'm gambling here a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. You're pushing your chips in. You're doing something aggressive here. Well, I'm gonna take the Packers. I think that's a high floor team to me.
We will look back to this.
This feels like a swing moment. Yeah.
I mean, it's either Packers or taking a chance on somebody else, or going down to the NFC South and taking the Buccaneers. So give me the Packers. And then I'll start getting weird after that. But yeah, I just think I'm not a huge Jordan Love guy. He's a little bit too much of like an unstable compound for me, Neil. Mm-hmm. Just like I never quite know.
That's fair.
What he's going to do next. But it seems like they just keep infusing that offense with more talent. Like they just don't have a weak spot on the roster. It seems like. It's well. I'm not a huge LaFleur guy, but I respect him. I think he's a good coach, and the floor seems very, very high, and it's a good. Kind of a good counterpoint if the Lions or the Vikings stumble, or if the Bears aren't as good as everybody thinks they're going to be. So, Neil, real quick before we get to yours, Randy talked about the Whoop strain challenge with the Miller brothers and all of that.
Oh yeah,
I just wanted to, this episode is brought to you by Whoop, the official fitness wearable of the PGA and LPGA Tour. The all new Whoop is here. It is, I think it lasts for 14 days plus?
Yeah, battery life's great. Randy, I'll say it's been a bit of an off month for me, but, had to get a break from the July strain challenge.
I just realized my $100 buy-in is still, there's
I
no
resolution
to the
last week,
Great July strain challenge.
Yeah, he needs to refund a few people, or he's I told him you better get some answers because Brian was asking me that too. But new features, health span, shows like daily habits impacting your pace of aging. Randy, I got a 30.5, 30 years old. Health metrics are saying I'm 30 years old right now. We absolutely love seeing that. But the strain challenge, God, I think I lost like 12 pounds last month. So I'm gaining them all back. Cheers. Yeah. But it was,
what are you at right
was
now,
a good
Neil?
month.
If you don't mind me asking.
182.
What'd you box
probably like 187, but I was down to 182. 180. So I was like, we were on 3 days for the last week of the month. Like it was Randy's shadow boxing in Wales.
Yeah. It was,
God, I would have paid if you had live streamed that, Randy. That would have been good stuff. But no, I find the Whoop's great. It helps you just track your like, hey, did I move today? The strength trainer, you can like build workouts in it. So if you do want to go to the gym and lift, like I got a gym in my basement of my apartment, it's great to just like straight up stay in shape, make sure you're sleeping. And then you can track like if I read before bed, my recovery is 10% better. It's like, oh, cool. I should just read before bed more. And so that's what I do at night. So it's just a little daily journal that you've got. So go to join.whoop.com/NLU to get a free month on us and start optimizing your life on and off the course. There you have it, TC.
Neil, what's your workout plan once you get out to New Jersey? It's a big change.
You know what? I was legit thinking about that. Yeah. Work in the yard, baby. No. I got a nice some trails around me. I'll probably be running to start with, but once it gets cold, I was thinking about getting a Peloton or I beat up the elliptical in my apartment pretty hard. I hate the idea of lugging an elliptical into my small ass basement, but we're gonna have to figure something out, TC. I haven't gotten there yet. One thing at a time. Let me get out there first. But that's a really good question, and it's on my mind.
Okay. Well, Neil, speaking of one thing at a time, you're up next.
I am, and I'm on the snake. Okay.
Snake.
God, speaking of putting your money where your mouth is, I'm going with the New England Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm reaching here. Here's why. Obviously the Bills were the first off the board, but I feel good about their schedule. I feel good about the coach. I feel good about the quarterback, and I feel good that they're in they're going to get wins over Miami and the Jets. So I feel like there's some built-in easy stuff there with the Patriots. I mean, I'm looking around. It's like the NFC South guys. I think the Bucs. I think it's trick or treat. I know they paid Baker and they had a great season. They've just been cakewalking through the NFC South. I think the Falcons are going to be pretty good. I think Penix is going to be good. He throws the ball down the field. They have the best running back in football in Bijan Robinson. And they have a great backup quarterback.
Running back in football, I would say he's among the more.
Saquon's doing his thing.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. But I would say Young. When you talk about breakout season, I feel like the Falcons. Drake London is legit. He is straight up legit. I know Kyle Pitts is everyone likes to bag on him, and that's totally fair.
Kyle Pitts, though.
But I feel like the Falcons are going to win that division. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the fucking Falcons. Yeah. I'm going to take the Falcons right here. Wow. I'm reaching, but you know what? We're in the part of this draft where it's I want to go with who I think is going to win. It's not. We can't go with history, right? This whole time, I think the Bucs and the Panthers are blah. I mean, I don't believe in Bryce Young, and then the Saints
defense blows.
The Saints stink. What are we doing?
I think the Saints are going to be the worst team in the
they're
entire league.
And just like last year, the Falcons, even if they aren't good, they'll probably rattle off a bunch of cheap wins. So for the purposes of this exercise, I feel like the Falcons are going to get me they're a good floor there.
Poosh, you were pretty. You had some facial expressions when Neil chose the Patriots.
You don't like Penix, I can tell.
No, I'm
even going back to
TC and I were both TC and I are both Penix guys, big time. Yeah. I like Penix.
Now,
I like Penix as a fantasy player.
Ever understand that's the thing, Poosh. I think he's going to throw it downfield, and he's got good targets and a good run game. I feel really good about him, succeeding if he stays healthy, obviously. But God, the paying Cousins and then drafting him, I'll still never understand it. I mean, maybe Cousins becomes a trade piece or something, but it still feels weird. And then the Falcons defense is a liability for sure, but they did load up in the draft, so I feel good about the Falcons winning the NFC South.
Well,
put my name on that one, Randy. You can write that shit down.
I like it.
I like the prodigal sons of Atlanta returning home to TC, returning home to see Tommy win, and then drinking an ice cold DC, and then Neil's picking the Falcons to win the division.
My Jets and my Falcons. My Jets are going to stink, but my Falcons are going to be good this year. That's where I'm at.
I love it. I will say this about the Falcons, and my feeling about the Falcons, that I think that defense sucks. And it's a light body defense. They've added a bunch of light bodies, speed guys. And if somebody decides to just run the football on them, they're going to run the ball all over the park.
Pierce might be a malcontent as well.
Yeah.
He's a malcontent in Tennessee. I guess his teammates.
Pierce, I'm not even talking about Pierce. Didn't they take Jalen Walker as well?
They did, yeah.
Another light body. I mean, these are third down rusher guys that I don't think those guys stay on the field for 3 downs. They have a good enough line. They have obviously they have the weapons, and yeah, Penix throws the ball he throws the ball downfield. He's an attacking quarterback. That's what we like. He throws a great ball. We both have been on Penix, and I think Cousins is there because Penix is injury history. Because he's
which I feel good about. I was watching that quarterback show on Netflix. I actually didn't realize how hurt. I know I shouldn't fall in love with these shows, but damn, it feels like Cousins was just massively banged up, and they just left him as the starter for like 3 games too long. And it's like, you're at that age, he's already not fast. It's like, if you are a split second behind letting that ball go, like, he didn't have a ton of velocity to begin with. It's like that was a nightmare situation.
He's coming off an Achilles, so it's like,
yeah, that
last
too.
year you can't. I mean, you can't like throwing with velocity off. Few months off an Achilles is tough. So that's my feelings. I mean, the Patriots, they could, like I said, I think that the floor is raised with Vrabel, so I think they get. I think the floor for them is a 500 team. I think honestly it is. I think they're right around 500.
I mean, I'm looking at my draft picks right here, and I'm just seeing, like, if I get like 8-9 wins out of each of them, like the tortoise and the hare situation here, guys.
We're
I might
still
just
in the top half
spread
of
it
the
out.
draft, though. I think, Neil, I have some concerns with the Falcons coaching staff of, like, Zach Robinson doesn't seem to know how to, like, deploy Bijan. Of, like, it doesn't seem like they're doing anything special or unique or interesting with him, which is disappointing because Zach Robinson comes from the McVay coaching tree. And then I just think, like, between how he mismanaged, like, I think the Falcons need a full reset, which is so disappointing after they just had a reset and reset the salary cap. Fontenot just seems like a clown. I'm not sure. I think Raheem Morris seems like a great guy. I think the jury is still out on, like, whether this guy can actually coach or not.
I think he can coach. Whether or not he can be a head coach is a whole nother thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think, he obviously coached the Rams defense to the Super Bowl, and Shanny and McVay both stand up for Raheem Morris, like, big time. They both have, like, gone on record and been like, this guy's legit.
And Shanny can do no wrong. So if transitive property means that I'm all in on the Falcons this year.
Are Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay good coaches? I think we'd all agree they're at the top of the list of of the best coaches in the league.
PC, I understand. I hear your concerns. I do. I just think fresh start. I just can't ignore the weapons on that offense. And did I reach here? Were you guys going to take the Falcons in the next, I don't know, 6 picks? I don't know, but I feel I'm excited about it. You know what? I feel like I'm putting my name on something, Randy.
Explosives.
That was an explosive play right there for me.
Those were a couple of them, Neil. The Pats as a 3rd round pick was not anywhere in my models.
I'm looking at weak divisions. I mean, because it's like, am I excited about the Raiders and the Chargers? Yes, but, like, that's just trench warfare in the AFC West. No, I don't want to go near the AFC South. The Cowboys and the Giants, I'm curious about, but, like, I don't really like rooting for either of those teams. So here we are.
Well, here we are with Mr. TC, 4th pick.
Let's see here. I'm going to go, and I don't want anything to do with the AFC West or the NFC West right now. I think for me, it's between the Bucks and the Commanders. I'm going to go Bucks. It seems like a high floor pick. I like the receiver from Ohio State. Sounds like he's a total pro. They're good along both lines between Wirfs and some of the guys they got on that defensive line. Like, they got football players, and it's a well-run team. It's a well-coached defense. TBD on how they fill, after Liam Cohen's departure. But give me the Bucks.
I think that's a very smart pick.
Safe, TC.
It is safe.
Nothing more to add.
It is safe.
Okay. To me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm between a couple of teams here, and I've been really heavy on the NFC, which makes me kind of want to try the AFC, but I'm going to stay in the NFC, and I'm going to stay in my division and take the Los Angeles Rams and Sean.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
And it's the only
love it.
The cause for concern I have here is Matthew Stafford's back, which that seems like it could be
was my big pause.
One blindside shot into like legitimately retirement, not even just end of the season, but the dude's just going to stop playing football.
And then you're in Jimmy G hell.
Yes. And
that's just a winner.
We're still waiting on Randy's like massive apology for that, by the way. Justin Fields is starting in the NFL.
I don't know, man. The
and
Seahawks
Jimmy G
could
is
be a
the
little
backup.
The Seahawks could be a little frisky this year too.
I do, but my issue being I actually was be higher on the Seahawks with Geno than the Seahawks with Sam Darnold. I just think and they're going to run another Shanny Light scheme up there, which everyone is doing. So are the Raiders, and they're just moving. It's moving further and further around the league. But
that's Kubiak up there, right?
Yeah,
offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Cliff, I believe. Yeah. So they're just moving all around the league, and then so he's going to be running basically a very similar system to what he was running in Minnesota. But do they have the same weapons that they had in Vikings? Is he going to scheme it like O'Connell? I doubt that. I do think Seattle's defense is going to be tough. I think Mike McDonald's got one more year now that he's been able to shape the defense a little bit more. They drafted the safety to kind of play that Kyle Hamilton role at Rover, and then they're just that's a defensive.
They're going to run the shit out of the ball. We'll see if the offensive line's any good.
I like Kyle Hamilton of the Marist School.
The Marist School, yeah.
Long line of safety, producing high level safety.
That's exactly right. You get kind of pave the road for him.
All right,
Poosh, I like that. You're betting on traits from McVay, from the running game there,
and defenses.
Defensive line. Yeah,
Jared Verse, year 2.
Hello. And Fisk. They're both
and Fisk, yeah.
All right, Randy.
Wow, a lot of ways we can go here. I really can't believe I think I'm about to do this. Well, I can believe it, but Poosh.
I mean, Diet Ball's on the board.
I know, Poosh. You left me the team from the
West. Heavy Ball.
Original Ball.
Yeah.
Well, I guess John's probably original Ball.
I want the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. What?
Randy, I had my eye on them. That was going to be my next pick on the snake.
I mean, Kyler's Kyler, right? I have issues with Kyler winning a ton of football games, but I don't know how Jonathan Gannon has done it after that introductory video and the shots and explosives. But I like the Cardinals, and I feel like he has them playing hard. I feel like they're going to be frisky. I'm wanting to hitch my wagon to the Cardinals this year.
Wow, Randy, put your name on it, brother.
Cue up the Randy doing shots and explosives at his wedding.
We do have that video somewhere. I don't think we ever released that.
I don't think I ever posted that, did I?
I think you did.
We need to get that out as a promo here.
We need to do it again.
Yeah, we can do that again.
So Randy, I think it sounds like Marvin Harrison 2.0 has put on 80 pounds of muscle. It might be a David Boston situation.
Really concerned he might lift himself out of the league. Yeah, that's not true.
We got a Bryson situation.
Trey McBride's a freak.
The lines are the offensive line is actually quite good there as well.
Who'd they bring in? They brought in Josh Sweat, I think, on the defensive line.
Yeah, they got Sweat. They've got Calais Campbell there. They've got Dalvin Tomlinson.
Calais Campbell is what's he been in the league for 75 years? I feel like he was playing with Ditka.
Yeah. Listen, I think the Cardinals could challenge for a wild card. I think they're going to be right around that 8-9 win mark in all likelihood. And if things really break right, they could win 10-11 games this year.
They got Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan, in the second round too. He was projected to be.
He's a football player.
Yeah, they got him late. Walter Nolan. We'll see.
I mean, you got to go Ball now, right?
Well, I'm already in the AFC West. I don't like Herbert at all. I'm just looking, the Steelers maybe. I know Neil probably has his eye on the Steelers.
Sniffing around my corner.
I think the more responsible pick is I'm going to take the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
I think, again, maybe 8-9 wins you can hopefully count on. We'll see what Jaden does year 2. I like that Scary Terry just got paid today. I like the overall direction of this franchise so much more than 5 years ago. I don't know how much it'll translate this year.
I think Dan Quinn's super competent too.
Yeah,
I think there's a floor here, Randy.
I could see them taking a step back from 12 wins last year, but I think they got their shit together.
A lot of continuity too. Cliff with a K is back. I like that. Poosh?
All right, I gotta make a decision here. I really don't want to go back to the NFC West again, so I'm not going to do that just for my own sanity. I think I'm gonna. It takes me to the AFC West here.
Wow.
And there's 2 teams here that I like, actually.
Wow.
I also like what Coach Pete is doing. I'm actually quite Coach Peter. I actually am quite confident that the Raiders are going to be a much better football team this year. I not only is the upgrade at quarterback with Geno, I think is an underrated aspect of that. I think that they're going to run the shit out of the football with Aston Ginty this year. And Brock Bowers is a certified predator, a fellow bald, and he is going to go ham. And he's like he might be. I
don't think he is a bald yet. I think he's.
I think that maybe was AI, but it was AI.
Bowers
maybe,
was on my fantasy team last year. Just like one of those guys, you turn on a Raiders game, and immediately I'm like, where is he? Like he's gonna turn into Kittle, Kelsey here this year. Like that guy's like one of my favorite guys to watch on the field. He's awesome.
With AOC throwing him the ball last year, so,
exactly. Like upgraded quarterback. Like that he is a predator. I'm Poosh. Please don't pick the Raiders. I'd love to pick them.
On that note, I'm going to take the Chargers and Bah Heavy because Harbaugh is not going to go worse than 500. Like he just won't. That's just his. He's just going to always
allow it.
He won't allow it. It's just not going to happen. Like I don't even understand how. Like Joe Alt's going to probably swing to the other tackle, or is he playing right tackle? He's going to swing the left tackle. He's a beast too. I mean, they get who's the running back? They got Hampton.
They got Hampton from North Carolina, and then they got
Najee Harris. Najee Harris, I'm not a big fan of, but Marion Hampton, I think is going to be
interesting.
McConkey's so good.
I understand how you guys feel about Ball, but I just don't like the team very much.
I don't either. But
like
the defense is good. The defense is good, and they're going to be tough.
This is Derwin James. Yeah.
And I think that he knows how to build a football team. He knows how to win games. It's like they're going to win real ugly, which is what he always did. It's like you talk about those Giants teams that were super boring. I remember I went and saw that one of those the year that the Niners and Giants played in the NFC Championship, and the Niners lost at home. I went and saw them earlier in the year when the Niners beat them at home. And it was one of those games that finishes like 17-14 or something like that. And it was just a defensive battle, but Ba just kind of one or two big plays happens and he just figures out a way to get over the hump.
Just looking at the scoreboard, his pleated khakis.
He just listen. He puts he wins with stuff like teams, on the margins. He's not gonna leave any stone unturned. He's a proper football coach.
So, God, I really like you Trojan horse in that one with the Raiders chatter. You're going right in the ball. That's good stuff, Poosh.
How about Urban staking out the moral high ground against Ball?
Oh, yes,
that was this week. Chef's kiss there. Thank you, Urban. I had flagged just real quick on the Chargers that Becton signing on the offensive line. Like I'm with you. It sucks that they lost Slater, but
imagine the
I
line
still think they're
gonna.
I still think they're gonna be able to pound the football, which Ball loves to do.
He loves big, like burly offensive linemen that just get off the bus and just absolutely maul dudes. That's like his thing. So
I forgot that Joey Bosa went to
Bills.
Bosa went to the Bills.
Yeah. Randy's Bills.
Which he was never really on the field anyway. So, all right, it's me.
Yes.
Poosh teed it up for me. I'm gonna go Raiders. I think listen. I want to believe in something. It's kind of like me becoming a Marlins fan. Like I just feel like it's just this pirate ship of an organization that don't know. I'm kind of drawn to it. So give me the Raiders. So, give me Peter Carroll.
Two things that closes out the AFC West. That's our first divisional closeout. And then Peter Carroll, it always amazes me. 73 years old and all the energy. I'm a massive Peter Carroll fan.
Yeah,
I hope he does well.
Good vibes. Might be shady, but he does it with a positive attitude. Randy, just a lot of gum chewing, a lot of clapping, a lot of great. Another day in which to excel. Yeah. Great day to be alive. Stuff. I'm with you there.
I think they've got guys with loud traits between Max Crosby, Genty. They've got Brock Bowers. Like you got some dudes. I think Geno raises the floor a great deal. A little bit concerned about their wide receiver room, but
we'll see. The offensive line is good.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how Genty does. Right, he's going to be Power 5 guy. Yeah,
he's going to be good.
I'm excited
I saw him in that limited action against the 49ers, and he was just like, I was like, this guy he's big. He looks way bigger, and it's weird how sometimes I feel like when you watch a guy in college, they look small, and then they go into the NFL and they look like they're like a foot taller than they were or something. He looks really big in an NFL uniform. I don't know what that is, but he was like trucking dudes and taking linebackers head up. I worry that he's trying to like do that just to kind of like set a tone and I don't want to get hurt, but he's gonna be proper. Yeah, he's a big
Poosh passing Poosh's eye test. I love that.
Genty's passing the eye test big time.
All right, Neil.
All right, God, a lot of decisions here, guys.
About them? This is truly where it's won or lost here, Neil.
How about them Cowboys? Give them to me. DC and Dak, we trust.
Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah, let's go. We'll take
Shoddy light.
I think it's been a just a soap opera through training camp. Micah Parsons is going to get signed. If we learned anything from this Netflix documentary on Jerry Jones, he's going to drag it out for impressions and views, and then he'll sign him. He'll pay extra. He'll probably get Phil Knight to foot the bill like he did for Dion. We'll take the Cowboys because right now, Commanders, I don't know that other than the Eagles, I'm almost more concerned about the Giants. Like, I think there's a lot of wins to be had in the NFC East. I'll take the Cowboys. I think they're going to be, a wild card team potentially.
You're kind of shorting the Commanders a little bit.
I am. I think that's exactly right, TC.
I was listening to BallKnowers Nate yesterday, and he was like, this is what's going to happen. He's like the day before or the 2 days before the Eagles and the Cowboys play on Thursday Night Football to get the league started, it's going to be Poosh Parsons gets signed up to the max deal or whatever, this big giant deal, and then all anybody's talking about when the game happens is not the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, it's the Cowboys, it's Jerry, it's Poosh Parsons freaking running in, coming in there, and they're
are people calling him Poosh Parsons? Is that his?
My friends that are Cowboys, they call him Poosh Parsons just because he's Micah Parsons, but that's sorry.
Come on, TC, keep up.
He's Sir Poosh.
So so Parsons is going to be all the talk and just take all the limelight away from the Eagles, and then Jerry will just be sitting in his box smiling and having.
And listen, Dak's got toys, man. I mean, like who knows the Pickens, but CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, like
dude, Pickens' head is on straight.
A true malcontent. A true malcontent.
I know.
Pickens is so good.
So I just think that's a fun flyer to take here.
Pickens is like straight up yellow cake. Like
I'm with you, Neil. I'm bullish on the offense specifically down in Dallas.
Yeah, and if you get Parsons taken care of, then defense is solid. We'll say. I mean, I don't know if they're going to give me a ton of juice in the playoffs with our point system here. All right, this is where it's hard. Like, I'm looking at the Jags. I don't believe in them, TC. I don't believe in your boy Genius down there. I've been hunting them up, and I'm gonna kill them right here. I'm not gonna take them. I'm gonna take the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel, and Rodgers, I trust.
Knew this.
I think I just don't. 21 straight seasons. And they haven't had a losing record. I don't know if I think they're going to 22. I'm taking the floor here with the Steelers. They got speed at receiver, Metcalf and Rodgers. I don't know. Come on, it's like Vince Carter. I got one more in me. Come on, Aaron. Like with with Tomlin, that sounds fun.
Nobody loves Aaron Rodgers like you do. There's just
he's my all-time favorite quarterback. You know, listen, I'm down with the ayahuasca. Is he a megalomaniac? Sure. I'm cool with the darkness retreats, though. I'm curious. I'd look at some literature, Randy.
That sounds like a Trap Draw exclusive. Like Needle does a darkness retreat or something.
Yeah,
he wears his swoop.
What if you played 18 on the front end and then you did a darkness retreat and then played 18 afterward just to see what would happen?
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Give me the Steelers.
And did ayahuasca.
Steelers.
Neil, do you think this is something where it's going to be like, it's either like, it's very black and white. It's either like, this is going to go really, really well or very, very poorly. And like, this is going to break their streak and like almost in a conscious way.
I worry that Rodgers it could be, you know, it's like when you have to, I don't know, like when you get what do you call it? When you get medicine for like when they give you a shot and it's like it injects the body with like a little bit of a vaccine. Thank you. Speaking of vaccines, Rodgers,
I was going to say this is a brilliant analogy.
Yeah, like he might be the vaccine where it's like, yeah, it could kill you, but it also could be like a good thing, you know? Like I just think he's still got something left. I really do. And I think Tomlin's the kind of guy, he has a personality where I think he can keep a handle on this versus a first-time head coach like Saleh. You know what I mean? Where it just turns into a shit show. Like there's clear organizational structure. There's a tradition with the Steelers. They already have like, he's coming in, like he's not going to be the main event here. And I actually think it'll be good for Aaron Rodgers.
I also think that we've gone over the Jets. The issues lie with Woody Johnson and the higher ups in that organization. So really until that's solved, right. And until that's solved, the rest of it is it's really there's a cap on it. It's never going to be truly successful. With the Rooney family, I feel like they're actually like a real football family that wants to win. Whether or not, you know, they've been this kind of middling team for quite a long time at this point. I think the interesting thing about the Steelers is that they're not going to ask Rodgers to do much. It's just going to be.
That's what I mean.
Run the football, play defense,
they've got a sandbox for him.
Yeah,
and like whether you like Rodgers or not, he's like legitimately brilliant when it comes to football. Talk about a super processor. It's like, yo, you add that in with Tomlin, like those guys have like both of them have like full bags of tricks that they can run. And Randy, as you know, in the AFC North, like the Steelers are always good for tricks to like win games. You know what I mean? Like just kind of getting in the ref's way, or I just feel like that's a good combo of Tomlin and Rodgers, like two kind of villains teaming up. Like now the Ohio State quarterback they drafted, I think he's on the IL like all year. So like there's not really any backup. There's no depth on this team. But hey, we're late in this game. I'm taking the Steelers.
Well, I think they've got. I do think, Neil, with like, I do worry about the Arthur Smith Rodgers dynamic a little bit of like if Arthur Smith is extremely conservative play caller and does not like to open it up, does not like to throw the ball on the field. I could see Rodgers getting a little frustrated with the ground and pound stuff. And you know, I don't know, like they don't have that much at receiver outside of DK. They got Calvin Austin and like Robert Woods and Skoranek and Roman Wilson.
No, they got this guy from Michigan. He was hurt. Roman Wilson. I think he won with Ball.
Yeah, he's fine. He's like not a physical.
He was hurt all last year.
Route runner. Yeah,
but
they traded for Jonnu Smith, and they've got Freiermuth still. Like I think they have the tools to do what they want to do. I forgot they traded for Jalen Ramsey. That's kind of an underrated. Like I think I love Harmon. I think Harmon's going to be fucking good, and glad he escaped serious injury the other night. Like that's a perfect, like that's such a Steelers thing to do, to just like, cool, like here's our guy that's going to take over for Cameron Hayward, like, here in the next couple of years. And then you've got, you got some good linebackers. Like I think that's Joey Porter Jr. is going to be a stalwart there for him. Like I think they've got the right stuff to keep it going on the defensive side, because that seems like what slipped a little bit.
And Tomlin, I mean, Tomlin's scheming it is always going to keep them at a certain level.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, Neil, I think it's a good lottery ticket to have at this point.
Yeah,
there's some high upside there. So
all right, well, we'll keep it moving. Sorry, I bogged us down.
No, it's all good. I think God, we're down to nobody wants to touch the Bears. The Dolphins seem very cancerous right now. Very, very, very malignant. Colts, Jags, Seahawks. Give me the Jags. Shitty division.
Could have penciled this one in.
I mean, come on.
Finally, TC. Finally,
you got
season tickets, for God's sakes.
TC's been hunting them up, Randy.
Or just no. I saw Gladstone at Lululemon the other day, and
was he practicing his next speech on you?
Shut up.
No free ads.
He's got intangible. He's intangibly rich. All right, Neil. No, I think the pass rush is going to be good. I think Trayvon's going to be very good. I think he's going to take a step forward this year. I think you've got the defense like there was no scheme last year. Ryan Nielsen was just like street ball out there. We'll see what happens with Hunter. I think the running game should be a lot better. It was non-existent last year. It can't be worse. The RB BTJ. Room is really good. You got BTJ. I think Brenton Strange is going to have a really good year. I think he's a total sleeper tight end. Randy, you're scoffing at that.
No. I was just laughing. Trying to think of a nickname for him. Yeah.
So give me. I think I think the floor is going to be higher, and I think they could easily win. It's like it's an 8-9, 9-8 team. I think.
Big year for Trev.
Huge
year 5.
Year for Trev.
Yeah. Do you think the Travis Hunter both ways lasts all season?
I don't think he's going to play both.
About that,
I don't think he's going to play both ways all the time. I think he's going to. We'll see what happens defensively. It's kind of a shock to me that they're going to play him that much offensively and have that be the focus. But I think him, and then I think Parker Washington's like a really, really nice little slot receiver. I think he's going to be such a nice chess piece that moves all around, and I think they'll use him similar to how the Chargers use McConkey, or how Scotty Miller's been used down at the Bucs before, that sort of thing. So I'm very, very bullish on that stuff, and the teams are going to be great. We have one of the best punters in the league and maybe the best kicker in the league right now, Cam Little.
Oh God, that's tough when you're celebrating the punter and kicker.
No, Neil, teams are celebrating on the trap.
First time in about an hour and 40 minutes that we brought up punter and kicker and the pros.
The Niners, it's a massive concern for the Niners. Teams were awful, So, I'm excited to have the Jags. I think that's
the Jets.
What?
I think, listen, for a 6th-round pick, they could win the division this year. I don't think that's totally out of the realm of possibilities. I think it's a good ticket to have here.
I do think the one thing with the division that's a little bit underrated is listen, the Colts are going to be horrendous from a quarterbacking perspective, but I think that Colts roster keeps getting better and better. They seem to have some nice pieces on the defensive side. They've got some coherent stuff on the offensive side that would make a league average quarterback better. The problem is I don't even think they have a league average quarterback. And so I think, homeboy up there, Steichen's just probably going to play out the string, and he just chose wrong with Big Tone, but it is what it is. I think they're still going to be a tough out.
They're going to be tough at home. It feels like the Colts are always kind of a tough.
And I feel like people have kind of forgotten about Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's a good running back.
Yeah.
For sure.
I hate that quarterback room, though.
It's awful. Vanilla Vic.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Poosh.
Yeah, it seems like I should take the Seattle Seahawks here, just because I feel like, in that division at worst, they're probably going to be a 500 team.
Which would be 3 teams in the NFC West for you?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's my only That's the only reason why I'm not doing it. I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but the Niners play the Seahawks in week 1. So it's I'm going to take an L in week 1 for sure. I think I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans and kind of go back up my Cam Ward pick, because I think they're going to be sneaky good. I think that Titans defense was actually pretty good last year, and I think that they were a lot closer to being a pretty decent team with Will Levis at the quarterback, who's absolute garbage. So I think if Cam Ward is, as advertised, or at least, looks as a step above that this year, I think that team is sneaky 500 team probably.
And
so
Pollard's going to tote the rock. You got a good,
they got a good
defensive line.
Good lines. Yeah. I mean, they're just, and that's another place that's kind of sneaky tough. A sneaky home field advantage is that Nashville Stadium.
Really?
I think so. It's just like a weird, they put they put turf in there, and it's like, I don't know.
If there was one franchise in the league that I think like they should just straight up contract, it's the Titans. Like they do absolutely nothing for me. I hate their uniforms. I hate their stadium. I hate their ownership, their coaching staff, all of it. And I do like Cam Ward though.
This is all Cam Ward play for me. I honestly probably think the Seahawks are going to be better, but I'm just don't want to have 3 teams in the NFC West. So this is, we'll look back at a couple of these decisions at the end of the year, and it'll either come back to bite me in the ass, or it'll be the reason why I'm champion again, back to back.
All right,
Randy.
Take it, Randy.
I know I'll get 3 more teams, but I don't get to pick the last team. I'm essentially left with whatever I get. So these are my last 2 actual choices. Looking at the board, what do I see? I see a Dolphins team that won 8 games last year. I'm with you guys. I think that's barreling towards a disaster down there in South Florida. I think, especially with Vrabel now, I hate that for McDaniel. I just think it's going to be a much more physical division, and I don't think the Dolphins have ever been able to play physical football. And
I don't know how that GM still has a job. It's crazy.
Yeah, what does that leave? That leaves the Colts. Yeah, maybe take a flyer there. NFC South, hate them. Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are probably a responsible pick, so let me go ahead and take the Seattle Seahawks as one of my 2 here. I don't like Darnold. I think it's a quarterback downgrade for Seattle.
Ken Walker 3.0, and
I do like Ken Walker 3.0. My guy Spryler Lockett's out of there. I think he's actually in Tennessee.
It's not Ken, it's Kenneth, guys.
Kenneth.
Ken Kenneth from Connecticut.
All right, so coming back on the snake, I'm going to take what I think is maybe the best. I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
I think they really invested in the offensive line. I am curious what Ben Johnson's able to do there. Colston Loveland, this Luther Burden. I mean, he drafted a couple pieces. Yeah, give me the Bears as a lotto ticket. It's a tough division, but hopefully they'll steal a few wins.
All right, Poosh.
I think Odunze is going to be good too. Like I think they got some dudes.
They do have dudes.
Me?
Yeah. It's like Caleb though. I'm not sold on Caleb, but we'll see.
Shit, I guess I'll take the Dolphins. Mikey
Big
McD.
Mike.
Tua. Ugh. Hate hitching the wagon to Tua.
Doesn't feel great. But it was between them and the Carolina Panthers, who I actually think are going to be spry.
You didn't want to nibble on the Colts, the Ponies?
Nah. I don't like that quarterback. I don't like that situation. I just feel that feels like a very the team is like Quentin Nelson is not with, or who is it? Ryan Kelly is not with the quarterback, and I don't know. There's all the kinds of stuff happening up there that seems not great. Irsay, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, RIP. There's a lot of stuff happening up there. It doesn't feel very good. It feels like one of those years.
Feels like a sad year. Could be a sad year.
It seems like
sad boy year
between them and the Saints. It's going to be a tank for Archie, and it's going to be like one of those things where the Saints are like, we're tanking for Arch Manning, and then at the last game of the year, the Colts will swap it, and they'll end up getting Arch too. After getting Peyton. And the Saints will miss out again and just.
I don't think Arch is coming out next year though.
Well, who knows? That's my theory. I think so. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins because I do think that I think the other teams have lower floors. I think Carolina, it could go. We've seen it go bad. It could be some of the same, and I think the Dolphins are at least going to be better on a little bit better on defense maybe, and then on offense they're always explosive. So as long as Tua plays, they're okay.
We're going to find out about the Dolphins quickly. They're at the Colts and then home against the Patriots the first 2 weeks. I feel like those are two good litmus tests for the Dolphins.
All right, let's see here. Give me the Panthers. You got my attention a little bit. It's not a good division. I like the coaching.
You love Nebbish Bryce.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they've raised the floor there a little bit.
LBB, little boy Bryce.
He was spry at the end of last season.
He was okay. Sure. I mean, everybody keeps saying, "Oh my god, he played so good." It's like it was like 3 games, garbage time.
I like Jalen Coker. I can't believe that defense isn't a little bit better. I don't know. They've got some pieces, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just betting on a bad division.
Basically. Chuba Hubbard, Thielen.
Yeah, they got J.C. Horn.
I'm feeling this.
Although supposedly the Vikings have been reaching out trying to deal for Thielen.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
All right. Are the Giants still on the board?
They sure are, Neil.
Yeah.
Give me the Giants, baby. I can't believe the Giants fund me. I get the Cowboys and the Giants. That's a nice handcuff there.
You can have both New York teams if you want them.
Yeah, I see the Jets staring at me right there. God, there might not be.
I think this about the Giants. I'm a little bullish. Obviously, people love their defensive line. They might be able to get after the quarterback. I think Russ, for all his flaws, I do think he is just gonna. He's gonna be able to at least be a professional. I think in ways that Vanilla Vic just was not.
1000%, and everyone's going nuts about Jackson Dart
on the Giants.
The buzz in New York about the Giants is the only thing that was preventing me from taking them earlier because I'm like, like a year early maybe. But they got Neighbors. Russell will get him the ball, and then maybe Jackson Dart comes in mid-season and takes over. Everyone's excited about him, though.
Poosh,
people are so excited about him in New York, Randy.
There's not like New York to ever overhype.
Like everybody in New York might be an idiot as far as sports.
Well, for sure. That's why I'm picking them with my last pick here. Let's be clear about that.
This is where you make an Abdul Carter light body joke as well from him.
Abdul Carter is a light body. I'm not a big fan. I think he was overrated in the draft. I think that he's a good pass rusher.
I think love Abdul Carter.
Yeah, people are going nuts for him.
I know. I think he's overrated. I think he's going to
have. All right, put that on the record. Poosh thinks Abdul Carter's a light body.
Put that right next to. I think New York sports fans are idiots next to TC's.
I think we just found our pod promo.
All right, you're on the snake.
I'm on the snake. I'm going to go with the...
So, hold on. Before we start, our last 4 teams, our last round, so the teams available are the New York Football Jets. We have the Cleveland Browns. We have the Indianapolis Colts. And we have... Who else available? The New Orleans Saints.
God.
Murderers for me, it's between the Browns and the Jets. Give me the Jets, baby. Yeah. I'm going with the Jets, baby. Let's go. I'll take both New York teams.
Both the New York teams. Wow.
Why not, man? Easy for me to follow. I can't.
The metro. Around. He's got the whole metro area on lock.
That's right.
Give me the Colts. No brainer. Neil, what's the word on that backup running back for the Jets? He sounds mega spry.
Braylon?
What? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That guy's from Wisconsin, right? Yeah. Apparently, Breece Hall. Everyone's like, "Damn it, Breece Hall!" Like everyone thought he was the truth. It turns out he might have been John the Baptist. Sounds like the main event might be coming. Might be backing him up right now. But they're going to run the ball, and Aaron Glenn's a good coach. So Jets. I'll tell you, I'm happy with the Jets.
Should be good. Like I want to see ground and pound from.
I honestly think, they should go to a college offense, like a true just. Let Justin Fields run it 15 times a game. I think they need to dumb it down. Yeah. Fields sucks.
My boy.
All right, we got two left.
All right,
Saints or Browns. Poosh.
I think in the most poetic terms here, I will be taking Massage Boy and the Cleveland Browns and handing the shitty Saints to my boy Randall. But the Browns, they're going to be good on defense. I mean, listen, they still got the Schwartz is still going to be with them. That's the Spaceballs reference. And who knows what's going to happen on offense? I mean, they seem they're just going to play that shitty brand of ball, or they're just going to kind of like it's going to be the most boring team in the league to watch, and nobody gives a crap about the Cleveland Browns, but they're going to grind some games out and probably be tough in the division as they always are in that division. And they'll probably take a couple off, the Bengals and the Steelers.
Take a couple off the Bengals, huh?
Well, like one
like
each,
game one.
Yeah.
I think it's the Browns are in a bit of a tough spot where I think they're gonna. The Flacco is their best option, I think, at quarterback. But I also like what's really your ceiling here. I think they probably need to see what they have in the two rookie quarterbacks at some point. But I don't like either.
Not yet, though.
I
think they let Flacco cook to start the year, and you know what? In the preseason, he didn't look that bad. He's so slow and like so unathletic looking though. He's like in the pocket, and it looks like he's literally doing everything at like half speed. When he takes the handoff and gets that takes his drop, it literally looks like half speed.
It's kind of like Randy playing golf.
He gets
just getting to the top and dropping in the slot.
I want to see Randy play tennis because I want to see if it's kind of this, if there's some sort of quick twitch thing happening there on the tennis court.
How's Judkins look?
I don't know.
Is he signed yet, or is he?
I have no idea. DC.
I think he's in, right? I think they signed him. He had all the off-season stuff.
Apparently, he's like the best pass blocking running back in like the history of college football or something.
And then I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a huge Mason Graham guy, but they're adding him to that defense. Carson Schlesinger, like he's a stud in coverage.
Yeah,
they still got Denzel Ward. They got Delpit. I was wrong on him.
Myles Garrett.
It sounds like they're gonna give the tight ends the foie gras treatment between that new guy Fannin from Bowling Green and then Njoku.
I like. What's the foie gras treatment, TC?
Oh, just force
feeding
all the targets
until their livers explode.
That was a commish special.
Fuck. Who was the original? Who? God, it'd be great if we knew who the original was there.
It was like the Egg McMuffin or somebody.
It could have been
good
Hakeem.
Stuff.
Yeah. I think the Browns should wow. I haven't really looked at
Kittle's gonna get the foie gras treatment.
Pearsall for sure.
I thought that was gonna be something else. That's good stuff though.
I was gonna say the Browns need to. I don't know what the Browns need to do. I would tank if Arch was coming out and you believe in Arch. I would.
Oh my God!
I don't think Arch is coming out and you have 2 first-round picks next year. I would keep parlaying those into future first-round picks and just maximize as many as you possibly could for 2027. So,
well, guys, what a fantastic thing to be a part of. I absolutely love my squad. I gotta go though. I got some dad stuff I gotta do. So I don't know. Is there some sign off with the knowers that I need to know about?
No, thank you, Neil, for joining us. We'll obviously keep everybody up to date on the standings throughout the year. We'll have
not
some
we, Randy. You
year.
will keep everyone up to date on the standings.
Yeah. But always great to be with you guys.
Poosh is coming to town here in a couple of weeks. He's coming for our member guest here in September. So stoked to have him here.
You, the
pairing up with the
party
doctor,
Lane. Oh,
Lane
I've got some FOMO on that one.
He took a heavy L in weekend 1 of college football with K-State going down and Kansas winning by like 30.
And his quarterback's dad and brother getting in a fight with each other in the streets of Dublin.
That's tough.
So, anyway,
BallKnowers Koji's screaming through the walls. Right? Apologies if you guys can hear that. Mrs. Knapp.
I'm with
All right.
you,
Well,
Poosh.
thank you to
the fuck out of here.
ServPro. Thank you to StoneCreek. Thank you to Whoop. Until next time, cheers.
Niners.